Oh, hey. You don't realize this because of the magic of YouTube editing, but it's actually been a couple weeks. I got stuck on a long job and made some mistakes. Designers gave me wrong. Long story short, I had to rebuild cabinets that I'd already built once. And yeah, so that sucked up all my time, but the maple syrup is all in the freezer, chilling. And I'm probably going to thaw that out this weekend and finish it. So you will... There's a time gap here, so if I look like I lost weight or my beard got longer, you're not crazy. But I got rained out today. Just doing a trim job, and the customer was like, "It's gonna rain all day. You don't need to be here making a mess in my house." And I was like, "Good idea." So we're doing some side quests. I cleared a trail to a hunting spot that I've been wanting to do for a while. I did not. It's April 1st, by the way, to give you an idea. I didn't film any of that because I burnt spots before on myself with this channel, so not doing that again. But side quest number 2 before I go pick up the wolf dog is this pond. Now, this pond used to be huge, and then a previous owner filled it in with just trash. I mean, rubble. And last year, I had this all dug out, and this year we're going to haul it all out, and then we're going to do a second dig. But this pond was basically silted in on the bottom and significantly smaller than this, but now it is 5 foot deep the whole way through. And then when we do the second dig, we'll do some tiers to get something a little bit shallower. But I have a handful of fish in here. I have some golden shiners. I have a couple dozen minnows, and a handful of shiners that I've put in here. But I don't just want to go to the bait shop and buy those sickly things and put them in. I mean, I did that a little bit, but I looked up minnow traps with water jugs because I just got done tapping maple syrup and I have a ton of water jugs. So let's put them to use. The problem is I have the water jugs, but I don't have zip ties. Well, I do, I just don't know where. And I don't have paracord. Again, I do, and I don't know where. So I have to go out and people first, and then we will get on this side quest of minnow trapping, and we'll see how it works out. Rather positive. I just found something cool. Oh yeah, old shed. Oh no, you gotta be kidding me. There used to be archery shoots here. I just found a fake antler off of a 3D target. That is hilarious. I was so excited. Dadgummit. I'm gonna keep it though. Alright, well, I only gave the minnow traps about an hour. I'm gonna go back and leave them overnight sometime because I didn't really catch nothing. I did find my fake antler. That's definitely going in the thumbnail, so if you get got by that, sorry. Found a jawbone from a buck. Head to the house, get changed, and go pick up the wolfer. I checked my old Morel spots, which I haven't been down there in years, but nothing popping up there yet, but it's still really early for Ohio. It's April Fool's Day. Actually, it's perfect that I found a fake antler on April Fool's Day. That's great. I'm not even mad now. Alright. Gonna go get the wolf dog. I don't know if it's gonna pick any of them up or not, but the bats are out flying around doing their thing. I need to clean my gutters. Frogs are chirping. It's 80 degrees today. Wolf dog's wolfing. Oh, there's such a good boy. It's spring. I'm calling it. It's April whatever 2nd. Spring's here, baby. Bats are out there, hopefully eating mosquitoes. It's one of my favorite things to do in the evening. You just sit out here and listen to the frogs. Frogs are doing frog stuff this time of year, and it's just gorgeous. I love it. Hell yeah, spring's back. Before you know it, we'll be shooting turkeys, gardening, doing wolf dog stuff. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, you little boy? You little boy? Yeah, you little boy. Some crabbles. You want them crabbles? I just came out here with him and I was just, oh. I was just excited to see some bats. And I thought I'd share it. Oh, you go, baby. You go, fluffy puppy. You go, fluffy puppy. The tummer? You want the tummer? Oh, yeah. He wants the tummer rub. He wants the tummer rub. Little ham rub. Little ham rub. Little tummer rub. The little white belly. You ready for spring too? Yeah, you got some big old twofers? You got some big old twofers? Vicious dog. Vicious wolf. Your white belly. Spring's here. We're happy. Good boy. Alright. It is Friday. And I want to finish this maple syrup this weekend. So, as you can see, I have all my concentrate kind of cooked down here and it's frozen. So I'm going to get it out so it can thaw. You can also see my deer supply is getting low. So, I got to get on that. But, we're going to finish this maple syrup this weekend. Turkey season's coming up. That'll help with the meat issue a little bit. And I need to start fishing. That'll also help with the meat issue. So, get these off for tomorrow. And then I got to go get propane. Alright, we're finally getting to the finish line. 50 gallons of sap into that. Whoopsie poopsie. Whoop, there we go. So, this is going to hit a certain temp. I'm not going to tell you what temp I'm going to do it on because I don't want you to not research it yourself and get botulism. But basically, I'm sterilizing all my cans right now. When this hits a certain temp, I'll know that the sugar content is high enough for it to can safely. If the sugar content's too low, it can mold and go bad. It's not shelf stable. If you go too high, it starts to turn into sugar crystals. So there's kind of like a sweet spot. Do your own research. That way I'm not to blame. I have the jars in the oven. They're currently getting up to temp because I'm going to just pour hot liquid into the jars, put the lids on once everything's sterilized, and yeah, we'll be good to go. Maple syrup will finally be knocked off the list. So pay attention, because right as I was getting ready to hit that magic number, I look over and this thing is just foamed completely up to the top. I got it shut off in time. The temperature of it right now is 216 degrees. I don't know why it foamed up like that, but that was scary. So yeah, definitely don't walk away from it at this point. So, I'm using some layered up cheesecloth here to kind of give it one last filter as I ladle it in very carefully, one-handed, while looking through screen. Don't want to overflow this funnel. You also don't want to overflow your jar. You want to leave about an inch of headspace. Now, I like these jars hot while I'm doing this. Sorry, I can't walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. So I think I'm going to pop some of these back in the oven because this is taking a lot longer to filter than I figured. So we'll do that. And then the oven, I just wash these really well. And because you don't need to boil, can these, I just put them in the oven at 275 for about 20 minutes so they're sterilized. And I'm just gonna pull one jar out at a time. If you put cold glass in hot fluid, you can sometimes have bad things happen. So, we're going to avoid those bad things. Especially with all the work that went into this. And I fully see why this stuff is so expensive. I don't actually know how much of this stuff I have right now, but I think it's more than a gallon. And I have 8 jars ready. So, that's what we're doing right now. Okay, I got what I thought I was gonna get. I ended up with 8 pints of maple syrup and honestly, that's what I expected. So I had 50 gallons of sap. I had 5 gallons that I wasn't able to get in the freezer in time, so I pitched that. So 45 gallons of sap turned into roughly a gallon of maple syrup. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm not a huge sugar guy, but you know, I'll give some away for gifts. I got a recipe I want to make out of the Meat Eater cookbook, and I'm going to use it for my brine. So I might do a video on that. But yeah, maple season's finally done, and now it's on to the garden and fishing, and turkey hunting and mushroom hunting and all the fun stuff that comes with the year. That just got us through the winter, that's all. So in the excitement of finishing the maple syrup, poke my head outside, go sit on my deck, have a beer before I go mushroom hunting, and there's a groundhog in my yard. So that is a new side quest on Besser in the Woods. We gotta get rid of this groundhog before the garden goes in, or else we're gonna learn why they're called hogs, which sucks. Wonder how they taste. Get subscribed for weird shit like this. Good morning. It's Easter Sunday for me right now, and I'm out in the woods this morning to let you know a little secret, because I'm out here to get something for Easter dinner. And that secret is my favorite thing to gather, which is ramps. Ramps are also known as wild leeks, okay? Their flavor is somewhere between, it's like a onion garlic hybrid. You can cook them, you can eat them raw, you can dry the leaves, but they only come up in the spring, and they only grow in certain locations, typically in the woods where it's going to get real shady later on. So they have a very short season. Once you know what they look like, they're really easy to spot, especially this time of year. You'll just see big patches in the woods of like emerald green, and you really can't confuse them for anything else. When you harvest them though, and this is why it's a secret, they're very slow to spread and bounce back, so you have to be really selective about how you harvest, how much you harvest, and things like that. Now, I have access to acres of them on private land, so I can be a little bit more aggressive, but even with that said, I'll bounce from patch to patch to patch, take a little here, take a little there. And then another thing I'm going to do this year is I'm going to try and transplant some of these ramps to my property. Long before I was even born, on my grandpa's place, they transplanted some ramps from Indiana, Pennsylvania, like the long ago family homestead. And those are still there to this day. They just don't have like a location to where they can really grow. I've also found tons of them on public land while turkey hunting. That's typically turkey season. It's pretty much ram season. So let's take a closer look at these. I don't know if it's gonna show up on camera, but I've stumbled upon these ladies, and one of them was a bearded hen. Not gonna shoot her if I get the chance, but it's just cool seeing that. I've only seen like a few of them in my life. But yeah, that's why you should always be like quiet with your head on a swivel in the woods. I could have easily missed those girls. And their boyfriends are hopefully still hanging around here, because I can hunt here when the season finally comes. Yeah, that was just kind of cool. Alright, got a bag full of ramps, and I am getting close to my historic Morel spots. Typically my Morel hunting success has come to turkey hunting failures, and then I look down and realize I've been hanging my head in shame, and I see a Morel I was sitting next to the whole time. And then I scour that whole area to find as many as I can. It's still early, but the last 2 days it was in the 70s, rainy, wet. So here I am, I'm kind of getting into the territory. Here's a dead tree. I'm gonna literally just squat and look around for a little bit and then move on. And if they're not here right now, doesn't mean they won't be later. It's a little early still, but that's the plan. Okay, so I have some turkey tails that I've found. These are really good for teas. They look a little past their prime, but I'm still gonna grab some and dry them. But I missed, I have a tree in my backyard that's down that is loaded, and I missed the missed the door on that one, so I'm hoping it loads back up. But at least I found a mushroom today. All right, 1 pound, 4 ounces of ramps, handful of turkey tails, no morels, but hey, I'll take her. Not a bad day. I'm gonna get the leaves, filling up this guy here. This is my first time. I just bought this drying rack, so I'm gonna fill that up, and then everything else is going into dinner tonight. All right, I just bought this dehydrator. I've always used like the crappy tower ones, you know, that don't do a very great job. But the one thing is, I know with any kind of herb, and I'm treating ramps like an herb, you don't want to overdo it. So I'm going on its lowest setting, which is 95 for 10 hours. I'll keep an eye on it. And then once these are like actually dry, I'm just going to store them in a mason jar. This is the worst collar in the world, but I got my turkey tail in there. They're kind of past their prime, but they'll work for a couple cups of tea. So there's supposedly medicinal benefits. I don't know, but we'll give it a shot. And then everything here, I just kind of have, this will be dinner tonight. Yesterday's maple syrup still, obviously. Basically, I may show you this, I may not, but all I do, sometimes you'll get these little bits of like outer layer on, I'll pull off. But this just gets chopped up, fried in butter and olive oil, salt, pepper. That's it. That's all it takes. So there we go. Ready for Easter. My hair's a mess. I don't care. Ramp season is upon us. I could actually do like a full vlog just on ramps. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Specifically like preparations and recipes and stuff like that. So yeah, it's that time of year. I still have seeds to start, so until dinner tonight, I'm gonna get on that. But as usual, I'm not gonna show you that. But what I will show you is that the pepper's done propagated. Here we go. Hang on, let's set this down. Okay, all of our peppers have come up. I still need to thin them, and I'm actually going to build a platform to get these up higher so they don't get leggy on me. But as you can see, I still have a couple more shelves that I need to fill up. So tomatoes are next. I'm doing tomatoes the same way I did the peppers, but for all of my herbs, I'm going to use these trays here because I'm going to be planting a metric ton of seeds. And this just makes it easier to get a bunch of them all at one time. I have this like seed mix here, and then, you know, parsley, basil, all of those sorts of things. So sooner or later, I'm gonna have mason jars full of dried ramps, dried mushrooms, dried herbs. It's gonna look like a witch's kitchen in here. So yeah, that's it for that right now. I got some more work to do before dinner, and I'm gonna drink a cup of coffee first, then get on that. Oh, hello there. Look who I got. There's a spot that I've wanted to scout because it's kind of difficult to get to. And my truck's in the shop, and it's 50 degrees for the high today, so I figured beautiful day to do it. And my little buddy here, Wolfers, found a coyote skeleton. Can I show the people? Can I show the people? I'm gonna try and get him some wolf cam footage here too. But yeah, that is definitely a dead coyote. So it was a cool find for the day. But we're getting where we're going, so I'm gonna shut this back off, put my pack back on, and drink some coffee real quick, and then head up. All right, I didn't film a whole lot, but this guy right here, Senior Wolfers, if it wasn't for him, we would not have found that coyote. So what are you doing? Come on. But he and I are both tuckered. I'm gonna cut this video off here, and then I'm gonna try and start organizing these a little bit so it's less chaos and randomness. So the next vlog will be doing some garden stuff. Oh, here he is. Here's the baby. Look at this boy. He's such a good boy. So the next vlog is gonna be doing some garden stuff. I've already, you know, got a little out of hand with the project, but we got plants going in soon. It's getting on that time of year. Greenhouse is full. and we'll be doing raised beds and all that. Let me know what you thought, what you want to see. Do you want to see more wolf dog? Are you tuckered? Are you tired? You handsome boy? I checked Onyx. We hiked 4 miles today, a little bit over, and with like 400 feet of elevation change. So we're both tired. It's the end of the day. It's time to relax. Thank you for watching. Do me a favor, like, comment, get subscribed, and come back again. Thank you.